and sparring partners, but a team who have been beaten every time they have visited this magnificent stadium. Still work to be done behind the scenes though, because they have to clear the decks. They have a very large wage bill which has to be reduced with this man Dembele and Coutinho's signings.
A double pivot alongside Busquets. It's really important to Barcelona. Rakitic is the player that goes and receives the ball off of today. Mascherano and Thomas Vermaelen.
Offering protection for Mascherano. Dembele. Fans like what they see from their summer signing. Sergio Roberto. Messi to Jordi Alba. What an understanding those two have, and it's brought yet another Barcelona goal. The Alba-Messi combination. Messi's 16th goal of the season, the 5th that Alba has laid on the plate for him.
Suarez, Messi, Dembele, Paulinho, as if they could have a field day against Levante now.
Oh, Messi, Suarez, good take, tremendous save. Dembele, there's a little Luna throwing himself at the ball. It was almost like Carvajal in the Clasico, wasn't it? But he kept his arms down.
And so important for Levante. If they concede too quickly again, it's game over. So ball driven across. Luis Suarez sorts his feet out, gets a good attempt in a goal. Good save by Latabal, parries it away to Dembele, hits it first time. Probably doesn't really count, does it, as a genuine 3 points and a win. It's tougher Levante, they've got to stick in now. Stay with Barcelona as long as they possibly can.
Evie. Dembele. Sergio Roberto. There's a certain amount of freedom being granted by the Barcelona defence to Levante. Barca haven't conceded a goal in the last 4 matches in all competitions. Fanciful flick from Messi, needed a Shaquille ball. Great anticipation by Vermaelen. Now His man Dembele taking an all-comers, almost getting his first goal, and almost creating the second goal of the game as Suarez was chasing the bits and pieces.
Excellent play from Dembele. Showing real potential, and of course so he should have. Coming with that hefty price tag, but direct play. Chooses the right moment to unleash the attempt at goal. He's got power. It's a decent save from Olathabal. Suarez under real pressure from Shackmore, the fullback. Cannot get the attempt back on target. Lifts the shot over the crossbar. Clips the top of the bar, doesn't it?
Joined the club at the end of the season, but Barcelona has stuck another €1 million in the pot. But, the tall defensive midfield man is expected to become part of the pool before the end of the month. On a card, Roberto. Dembele. Messi. Dembele. Roberto. In spectacular style.
He was a player that was really coming into form prior to the break.
His 11th goal of the season in 15 matches. That's not a bad return. There might be another one for him here. There's a slip in the Levante defence. Suarez looking for Messi. Messi adds to the tension. A little half chance wasted there for Barcelona. Dembele cuts it to Andres Iniesta, hangs the ball in the air looking for Vermaelen. Well, a significant signing from Arsenal, but who's way back in 2014. He didn't start until the final day of that season, and he has been hampered by injuries, but he's brought some authority when Barcelona have needed it this season.
For example there, Dembele has to learn how he has to move the ball on quickly when the occasion arises in the right parts of the pitch, then to show his talent that we all believe he has.
Have fielded what he regarded his strongest team in the Clásico. Dembele is back, of course, today. He wasn't fully fit for the Clásico. Away goes Dembele, trying to win over his new adoring public.
Complete contrast, of course, to his former job, where they really did struggle to buy anybody because of the restrictions placed on Athletic Bilbao.
Sergio Roberto to Dembele. Iniesta. Well, he has emerged as one of the best in the world this season, Mark ter Stegen. Marc-Andre ter Stegen is talk, of course, of the talent of Courtois de Gea, but he's brilliant. This is Dembele to Lionel Messi. There's a coming together of players. The referee gives the free kick to Levante. Still part of the learning curve for Dembele, getting used to the speed of the passes. Always has an impact. Jordi Alba. Suarez turns into trouble. Jason slips. Rakitic is onto it quickly. It's in the periphery of Dembele.
You kind of feel if Barcelona do get the next goal, which is more than likely, then
Dembele. Means that Barcelona have a deeper squad to dip into. Valverde in Champions League and La Liga, didn't have a lot of wiggle room when it came. So a different approach from the different coaches. Dembele. Sergio Roberto. Dembele dances with the defenders. Messi. You would anticipate that Gomez would come on for Andres Iniesta. Dembele and cross the line.
So we have to be aware that Dembele hasn't played for a considerable amount of time. He's first came back from injury.
Dembele enjoying life on the left-hand side of this Barcelona attack. As you call it, Dembele has had a stretch of the legs. He's lasted 3/4 of the game, and the fans like what they see in the previous record signing. The €105 million man playing only his third La Liga game. They want to overstretch him after he picked up that injury on his full league debut, but he's had his moments. Bear in mind he is some talent and he's only 20 years of age. So Semedo comes on. One would imagine in the reshuffle he goes to right back and Roberto goes into midfield.